Town fans you meet, they all seem to know him. Even his best friends think that he's a super blue. And it's true, Amari came lately. He's a new kid in town. Everybody loves him. He won't let us down. Hello and welcome to Being Frank on IPSWICH Town with me, Frank, my wife, Rung, and everything related to the club we love, including Amari Hutchinson. We want you back, son. We want you back. And let's hope he does return for the coming season. Now, there's a big debate going on the other side of the border, Norfolk folk, that is, who are asking the question, will IPSWICH Town's promotion be a false dawn? Well, I'm throwing that out at you, but I think it won't be. But I'll give you the reasons in a moment, and also explain why some people are a bit negative about this promotion, because Sheffield United, Burnley, and of course Fulham, Luton, Fulham supporters, all went down. They came up and they went down. Now, that's the first time that's happened for a old while, but it's an ominous sign. It says that there's a big gulf at the present day between the Championship and the Premiership. But let's be honest, there always has been, and whether it's more or less is debatable when you look at some of the teams that have survived their first season and gone on to establish themselves in the top flight of English football. Now, for Ipswich, the X factor is obviously Kieran McKenna, and the difference between Kieran McKenna and some of the other managers that have been around, big names that haven't succeeded, like Vincent Kompany to some extent, Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard, I think is because they went from being a player to being a manager too quickly. They got all their badges, but the players in the changing room would see their manager more like a captain than somebody who has turned the page, so to speak. So I think that will work in our advantage, to our advantage, and I think also our momentum. It's massive at the present time, which has been the case ever since Kieran McKenna walked through the door. And our CEO, Mark Ashton, his wheelings and dealings in the transfer windows, especially in January, have been the turning point. Not only when we're in League One, but when we're in the Championship too. Wonderful signings, loan players coming in, and have really changed it. And they fitted into the formula almost immediately, which is remarkable. It's very rare that that happens, and that they show the commitment of a Jeremy Sarmiento or an Amari Hutchinson, for that matter. And another thing that we tend to neglect is attendances. Now, when Ipswich go into the Premiership and start at Portman Road all over again, well, they have a capacity of 29,648, which isn't big, but it's not small, because if you look at some of the other sides in the Premiership, say, for example, Bournemouth, it's 11,329. Brentford, it's only 17,250. Capacity for Fulham is 25,700. And Crystal Palace is less than us as well at 26,047. So there's that aspect to it. We're on a par almost with Nottingham Forest. Forest is around 30,000. And if we stay in the Premiership, of course, then there is talk and plans to improve the stadium, the capacity again. So there's many things to feel positive about and very little to feel negative about. So all you doubting Thomases on the other side of the border, think again. Okay, we'll leave it here for now. And what we say, darling? Up a town!